Join me for some of my favorite stretches. We're going to be down on the ground for this set, so go ahead and grab a mat or maybe you're on the carpeted floor and we are going to stretch it out. So come with me. I got a little bit of stretchy music, but feel free to turn on your own. We're going to start in my absolute favorite stretch, which is a butterfly. So bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Some options for this if you want to slide blocks underneath your legs. Actually, I'll join you. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Blocks are amazing tools, or you can make use of like pillows or blankets or anything like that. But you can slide them right underneath those legs. And what that does is it stops you from really straining the hips and allows you to relax a little bit more. So blocks will bring the floor closer to you. Taking a deep breath, whatever that means to you. And maybe with your exhale, starting to hinge forward. If you want to find stillness, hang out there. If you want a little bit of movement, just start to bring it up. Leading with the heart, bring it down. Keep going. Remember, you can find stillness too. One more breath wherever you are. Nice. If you got those blocks or pillows, go ahead and remove them. We're going to come into a straddle, but we'll start with that left leg, tucking that right leg in, pivoting over that left leg, walking the hands forward, keeping that heart up until you feel a little bit in the hamstrings in the back of that left leg. Maybe you stay here or maybe you keep walking. Pause every so often. Find the edges. Find the edges. Maybe you can walk a little deeper into it. Or maybe you stay just where you are. Maybe one more breath. And then walk it back. Take your time. We're going to switch. Bringing that right leg out, tucking that left leg in, sitting up nice and tall, and then pivoting over to that right side. Walk the hands forward just a little bit. Readjust. Feel maybe a little bit of that ping in the hamstrings. And then start to walk a little bit more. Pausing, giving yourself a couple of breaths. Maybe a little bit more. Always optional. Trying your best to find a full breath. Inhale and exhale. Maybe even trying to count to 4. Maybe you walk a little more. Maybe you're good where you are. And bringing it back. We'll extend both legs out, coming into that wide straddle. Don't worry about how far apart the feet are. We just want to find a little angle from the body. Lifting that heart up. Maybe you're holding onto blocks here, or maybe those hands come onto the ground. Leading with that heart. So lift the heart and then start to hinge forward. You might feel it most in the inner thighs. Walk those hands forward wherever you can. Take a couple of breaths. And maybe you stay there, or maybe you inch forward a little bit more, taking a couple of breaths. And maybe you inch forward a little bit more. And then start to walk those hands back. Sitting up tall, bringing those legs together in front of you. Maybe a little rock, bending the knees. And then sit up nice and tall. Maybe you grab blocks on either side of the legs, tall or wide. Maybe those hands reach the floor. Lifting with that heart, leading with that heart, walk it forward. Pausing once you feel a little bit of stretch or tension in the hamstrings. And after a couple of breaths, again, maybe you walk forward. And maybe you keep walking forward, or maybe you stay still. Aiming for those full breaths as best as you can while being folded over. And go ahead and start to gently walk it back, bending those knees, bringing those feet flat. Bring the hands behind you. And we're going to kind of windshield wiper those legs, dropping both knees to one side and then the other side. Back to center. From here, we're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So kind of to counter all of that forward folding we just did. So press those feet into the ground. Fingertips are facing you, pressing the hands into the ground. We'll push into the heels to lift the body up. You might feel that stretch opening the shoulders, the heart. Lift the hips. And gently release. Nice. From here, extend those legs long. We're going to reach forward and then bring it all the way back. Big full body stretch. Reaching the arms away from the body, the legs away from the body. And then bend that right knee, bring it into the chest, give it a hug. Rotate that ankle. And then grabbing your right knee with the left hand, cross the body. Maybe that right arm reaches over to the right side. And bring it back to center. Hug that right knee in. Extend that leg up to the sky. Flex the foot and lower it down. Bringing that left knee into the chest. Give it a hug. Rotate that ankle. And then with that right hand, guide the left knee over to the right side. Maybe that left arm extends to the left. And then bring that left knee back to center. Give it a hug. Extend that leg up to the sky. Flex the foot. Slowly lower that left leg down. Reaching those arms overhead. Big full body stretch. Drawing both knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe rocking side to side. Pressing that lower back into the ground. And then slowly drop to one side, maybe the right, maybe the left. Taking a deep breath. Press both hands into the ground to bring yourself up to a seated position, just like we started. We'll sit up nice and tall, take a big deep breath, and exhale, release those hands. Roll those shoulders forward, roll those shoulders back. Beautiful job. Way to stretch your body. It is so awesome to take the time, do a little bit of restorative work, really stretch those muscles and give them a little extra life. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you for another class very soon.